Good morning. You're listening to the Sandton Amateur Radio Club station, ZS6STN, which today comes from the shack of me, that's Chris, ZS6GM in White River. The Sandton Amateur Radio Club Bulletin is broadcast every Sunday at 8:45 local time on the following frequencies: 145,700 MHz FM in the 2-meter band via the Sandton repeater, and on 7115 kHz lower sideband in the 40-meter band from the shack of Old Man Knoll, ZR6 Delta X-ray, as well as on the ZA-Net All-Star Network, which includes a number of repeaters including Kempton Park and West Rand. There'll be a call-in after the tech topic this morning with reception reports and swap shops, and call-ins will be taken first on HF, then on 2 meters. Make sure you have a piece of paper and a pen handy to make notes of diary of events and other activities. But first we start with a summary of the South African Radio League news for Sunday the 27th of April 2025. In today's news, the old SARL website, sarl.org.za, is offline. Registration for the 2025 SARL National Convention and contest news. The old SARL website, sarl.org.za, is offline due to a hacking event. Many SARL members have received empty emails from the website at sarl.org.za over the past few days. The SARL IT team, together with the Internet Service Provider, have decided to close the website to prevent further problems and to determine how to resolve the issue. This could take some time, but members are reminded that they can visit the new SARL website on mysarl.org.za. That's mysarl.org.za. You'll need to register to gain access to the HAM portal, which is the members-only portion of the website. Registration for the 2025 SARL National Convention. Have you registered for the SARL National Convention yet? A reminder that the convention takes place over the weekend of 16th, 17th and 18th of May 2025 at the Royal Elephant Hotel and Conference Centre, which is located at the corner of Willem Botha and Veerder Roads in Elderain, Centurion. The link to the registration form is available at mysarl.org.za/SARL-AGM-2025. That's mysarl.org.za/SARL-AGM-2025. You can also look under the member portal. Fill in the form if you will be attending in person or via Zoom. To date, there are 81 registrations, 43 attending in person and 38 proxies. Links for the registration form and proxy will be found on the SARL-AGM-2025 page. Where are all you Gautengers? Do you not wish to come for this remarkable flea market and national convention taking place over the weekend of 16th to the 18th of May? The ZS Autumn Weekend, SOTA Weekend 2025. The Summits on the Air Autumn Weekend is just around the corner, taking place on Saturday the 3rd and Sunday the 4th of May. The event has been extended to cover the entire weekend to offer greater flexibility for activators and chasers to get involved. There are currently 10 summit activations planned for the weekend, and hopefully there will be a few more last-minute additions closer to the time. Please keep an ear open for the activators, most of whom will be operating relatively low power, and working a small pile-up makes the slog uphill worthwhile. There'll be some more information on SOTA in the Sandton News Bulletin. Contest news: 25 logs were received for the second leg of the South African Radio League QRP contest that was held on the 5th of April. In the QRP Championships, that's all QSOs other than 1 watt, First, Querbus, ZS6BOS, 7,137 points. Second, Paul, ZS1PTY with 4,033 points. And third, Dieter, ZS1DWH with 3,641 points. In the QRP 1 Water Championships, first was Phillips, ZS6FY with 16,859 points. Second, Brandon, ZS6LZ with 11,747 points. And Querbus, ZS6KBS with 10,385 points. Then in the QRP phone mode, first was Phillips, ZS6FY. Second, Brandon, ZS6LZ. And third, Querbus, ZS6KBS. In the QRP CW mode, first was Eddie, ZS6BNE, and second Michael, ZS6MSW. And in the FT8 mode, first was Paul, ZS1PTY, and Tienis, ZS2 Echo Charlie. Then 14 logs were received for the first leg of the Africa FT4DX contest, which was held on the 12th of April. First was Danish Schnettler, ZS6DPS. Second, Paul Tai, ZS1PTY. And third, Dieter Hoffman, ZS1 Delta Whiskey Hotel. 2 logs and 3 club logs were received for the ZS4 QSO party, which was held on Sunday the 13th of April. First was Jan Buerter, ZS4JAN. Second was Andre Visa, ZS4 Alpha Whiskey. And third was Anthony Wally, ZS6ARW. Full sets of results can be found in HF Happenings, which are visible or available on mysarl.org.za/HF. mysarl.org.za/HF. And go and visit the site. Then 26 logs were received for the first leg of the SARL 80-meter QSO party, which was held on the 3rd of April. First, Querbus Bosov, ZS6BOS. Second, Gerard Kutsia, ZS3 Tango Golf. And third was David Dutoy, ZS6 Delta Tango. And a full list will be published in HF Happenings number 1145. Again, mysarl.org.za/HF. There is no propagation news today, but you may visit www.spaceweather.sansa.org.za to get the latest space weather and a 3-day forecast. Right, Sandton Amateur Radio Club news. So please have a pen and paper handy to note dates for your diary at the end of this bulletin. And we start with birthdays. Today we congratulate the following members on their birthday and wish them a blessed, happy and healthy and successful year ahead. On the 2nd of May we have Sasha, ZS6 Sierra Alpha Sierra. 4th of May is John, ZS6 Foxtrot Romeo Alpha. And on the 5th of May, it's Wally, ZS6 Whiskey Lima Yankee. Once again, many happy birthday. In regular get-togethers, club news, remember that club meetings are held on a regular basis, monthly, and the gatherings take place at CJ's, which is 11 Kildoon Road, Bryanston. Remember that the success of these events is dependent entirely on your participation. So watch out for announcements about events. Apologies, I don't have my glasses on this morning, so stumbling a little bit. So then Power Hour Tech Talk. Reminder that the April Sandton Power Hour Tech Talk takes place this coming Wednesday, the 30th of April. The Power Hour is hosted on Zoom with special guest Quentin, Kilo 7 Delta Romeo, Quebec. And if you're interested in volunteering to present a tech talk on any subject, you don't need to be an expert, just to be an enthusiast and enjoy what you're doing and share your experience with others, because it's a great way to further our hobby. The club supplies the platform and you just add your voice. So if you want to watch the Power Hour Tech Talk, subscribe to the ZS6STN YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/@ that's the ampersand sign, ZS6STN. YouTube.com/@ZS6STN. Now for Summits on the Air, as mentioned earlier in the SARL Bulletin, if you're not familiar with Summits on the Air, SOTA for short, it is an awards scheme for radio amateurs to encourage portable operation, particularly in mountainous terrains. SOTA in South Africa has an active group of enthusiasts. Look out for ZS5 Zulu Golf and ZS5 Mike Romeo Bravo, who plan to operate from ZA-EC 380. ZS1YE and ZS1YR from the Western Cape, and ZS3 Papa Lima and ZU3 Papa Lima from the Northern Cape. And of course, look out for our regulars, Sid, ZS6AYC, and XYR Adele, ZS5APT, Philip, ZS6FY, Brandon, ZS6LZ, and Vaughan, ZS2 Victor Romeo, who seem to be the main activators for SOTA. You can look out for the stations between 7080 and 7100 on 40 meters, 10120 and 10125 on 30 meters. Remember, that's upper sideband. And on 14280 and 14300 on 20 meters. Whether you're a summit station or a chaser, let's all get involved and hand out some points and make it worthwhile for these enthusiasts to go and climb the mountains. And remember, this event takes place next weekend. Then we have a report on the ZS6STN repeater and the ZA-net from Justin, ZS6JGP. He says the ZA-net repeater has been stable with negligible downtime. There was an outage a few weeks ago when the master node was unavailable, but after a reboot, it has been stable. The West Rand Echolink issue was due to firewall settings, but was quickly resolved. A reminder, if you use the West Rand repeater or the All-Star network to talk on the West Rand repeater, that it disconnects from Monday to Thursday between 4:30 p.m. and 6 p.m. to allow the poor old pensioners to chat, and the participants prefer to not have their chats on the full All-Star network. So 4:30 to 6 p.m. the ASL is not connected to the West Rand repeater. Justin asks that we please provide reports and feedback on coverage with details of any problems, including your location and your working conditions. Now, the Dipole newsletter, you may not have seen the Dipole for a while, but it's the forum to share and discuss amateur radio activities of particular interest to club members. Don't leave it to one person to contribute to the Dipole. It's your turn. Help to raise the interest factor and consider submitting an article of interest for publication. And you can do that by sending them to Keith, ZS6HI. Now for the diary of events, grab that pen and paper that I talked about earlier and start writing. So today, April the 27th, is Freedom Day in South Africa, and it's also International Morse Code Day. 28th of April will be a public holiday. 29th of April is a school holiday, and for those of you who don't want to go to work or take a day off to make it a long weekend, 30th of April is also a school holiday, and it's the Sandton Power Hour with a special guest, Quentin, ZK7DRQ. Oh, excuse me. And then the 1st of May is Workers' Day. So lots of holidays this week. Then the 2nd of May is also a school holiday. Schools are on holiday. 3rd and 4th of May, the Autumn ZS SOTA activity. 4th of May, the Antique Wireless Association SSB Valve QSO party. So do come and give away points, even if you're not operating a valve radio or a hybrid radio. Come in, it's great fun, and it's a quick event. Then the 6th and 7th of May is the ETA Aquarids Meteor Shower. 10th of May is the May RAE, Radio Amateurs Examination. 10th and 11th of May is Mills on the Air. And then the 11th of May, remember your mother and the mother of your children, because it's Mother's Day. So that concludes the news for this morning, but I'd like to pause for a member of the Sandton Amateur Radio Club Committee who has any late breaking news. ZS6STN is listening.
ZS6 Delta Echo.
Yes, Richard, please go ahead.
Morning, Chris. Morning, everyone on frequency. Thank you very much. I'd just like to put a shout-out there to anyone who might be interested in joining our team of Bulletin readers. We've had a couple of people drop out recently for various reasons, and it's always great to have some new voices on the air. So if you're interested in joining our team, please give me a shout. It is really great fun organizing the broadcast and putting it out, and it's only every 2 months roughly that you would be on the schedule. So if you'd like to give it a try, even just once, let me know and I'll put you down so you can see what it's all about. We do provide all the info. There's a template that you can base your transmission on, base your news bulletin on, and it actually goes very smoothly. Thanks very much to all our current readers, but as I say, it's always nice to get some new voices on as well. Great. Thanks, Chris. Back to you, ZS6STN from ZS6 Delta Echo.
ZS6 Delta Echo, ZS6STN. Thanks, Richard. And yes, come and participate, contribute. So not only to the dipole, but also to the news reading. Well, it's time for our tech topic. And we said April the 27th is Morse Code Day. That's today. And the day honors the birthday of the inventor of Morse code, Samuel Morse, who was born on this day in 1791. And, of course, this day also celebrates the groundbreaking method of communication. Before modern technology, messages took weeks to deliver, but Morse, along with Alfred Vail and Joseph Henry, revolutionized communication in 1836 with the electric telegraph. Initially, Morse code only represented numbers, but by 1840, Vail expanded it to include letters and special characters. As its use spread, European nations developed the International Morse Code to accommodate different languages to make it a global standard. Well, as we know, humans have tried to communicate over distances for millennia. The earliest records date back to 400 BC, when they used fire, smoke signals, and drum beats to communicate, particularly, I guess, during wartime. Complex flag systems, lights and mirrors, were used as early as 200 BC, and later on, after the development of muskets, gunshots were also used as signaling methods. But the signaling distances were not very far. Then along came painter and inventor Samuel Morse. There are two great inventions which helped to establish the Morse code. The first of which was the commercial telegraph, which was invented in 1837 by two British inventors, Sir William Fothergill Cooke and Sir Charles Wheatstone, famous for his Wheatstone Bridge. Their system relied on multiple wires to send telegraph messages and was not very practical and was not widely adopted. It was only when Morse and Alfred Vail created a single-wire system in the 1840s that telegraphy truly came into its own. The original Morse code system relied on a device that made indentations on a moving paper tape as electrical impulses were received. Morse code originally consisted only of numerals, which aligned with specific words. But in 1840, Vail expanded the code to include letters and special characters and named the shorter marks dots and longer marks as dashes. Excuse me. The letters used most commonly were assigned the shorter combinations, and longer letters, of course, the longer combinations, or the less common, the longer combinations. This became known as American Morse code, and the railroads established extensive telegraphy networks along their routes and were the first telegraph offices in the USA. Later, in the 1840s, a German writer, journalist, and musician by the name of Friedrich Clemens Gerke refined the American Morse code and added codes for some German-specific sounds. The German Austria Telegraph Society adopted his code, later called the Hamburg alphabet. And in 1865, this was adapted to become the international Morse code that we know today. Morse code has been in use longer than any other electrical coding system and was widely used for wireless communication throughout the 20th century for military and maritime communication. However, with the development of other forms of digital and satellite communications, it was abandoned for maritime communication. It is still used in aviation, amateur radio, radio navigation, and as an assistive technology for people with disabilities. In fact, it's interesting, Morse code is increasingly becoming popular once again. So much so that a Korean K-pop band embedded a Morse code message in one of their songs to announce the name of an upcoming song they were due to release. And of course, most people know Morse code to send an SOS in the case of an emergency, which of course is da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Well, here are a couple of fun facts. During World War II, the opening motif of Beethoven's Fifth Symphony became the symbol of the Allied victory campaign. And if you'll just indulge me, it goes da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. So the short, long rhythm of the first four notes mirrored the Morse code for the letter V, which was adopted by Winston Churchill and used by the BBC in broadcasts to occupied Europe. The V represented resistance and hope. And then here's a fun fact. The word umpteen in the English language, meaning many or lots, is thought to have been taken from the slang for Morse code, which was idiumpty, with the dash being referred to as umpty. So it became umpteen many. Well, that's your tech talk for this morning. A little bit short, but we'll take some call-ins now. And I'll take call-ins first via Noel. Noel, if you'd like to do 40 meters, please. ZR6DX, ZS6STN.
Good morning, Chris, and good morning to all on air this morning. And welcome to a nice sunny Sunday morning. At least we've had a few days of sun now. And so we're really great. And thanks very much for the interesting talk and topic this morning. Okay, let's see if there's anyone out there been listening on 40 meters this morning. If you don't want to don't want to come back, just give your call sign and say not coming back. This is ZS6STN on 40 meters, standing by.
ZS6 Whiskey Lima Yankee. ZS6 Alpha Tango not coming back.
Okay, there we go. At least we got two call-ins this morning, and let's go for the not coming back. Alan Trates, there we go. Thank you very much for calling in this morning. Nice to hear you again on air. And Wally, I believe it was your birthday, so all of those things and many, many more. So please take a round. ZS6 Whiskey Lima Yankee from ZS6STN on 40 meters.
ZS6STN, ZS6 Whiskey Lima Yankee, returning point now. And Chris for reading Bulletin. Well received on 40 meters this morning. Conditions seem to be very favorable. Although my noise floor is 7, I'm getting you 5 and 9 plus, which is very, very good for 40 meters, normally anyway. Thanks very much. All the best to everybody. Enjoy your day. ZS6 Whiskey Lima Yankee 73.
There we go, Wally. Thanks for the 5-9 plus. You're also 5-9 plus at my QTH this morning. I've got S7, S8 noise this morning as well. But you're very audible this morning. A little bit of noise and static in the background and that, but very audible this morning. So there we go. Thank you. Okay, let's see if let's do another call in. Anyone Okay, good morning there, Gary. Nice to hear you again on there as well, of course. And I've been missing you for a few weeks, so working, and that's one of those things. Okay, please stick around, Gary. You're a 5'9", by the way, so not 5'9" at QTH, so a little bit low down, but otherwise okay. Please stick around from ZS6STN.
ZS6STN returning. Good morning to everybody on the net. So far I've just heard a few of you. Very interesting topic, Chris. Of course I'm interested in Morse code, and I'm still giving it a go, so we'll see how that progresses as time goes on. Wally, you are 5'9" plus at my QTH, and Noel, you are also 5'9" plus at my QTH, and Chris is actually a 5'9", very, very solid signal, so very good readings this morning, so the band is cooperating. ZS6GA returning back to ZS6STN.
Yeah, there we go, Gary. Yeah, no problem at all. Absolutely. 5'9" plus 10, 5'9" plus 15 on my QTH this morning, and really fantastic signals, as you said. So thanks very much for calling in. That makes it well worthwhile. Okay, let's see if there's anyone else here who wants to add a name to the monolith. One final go. This is ZS6STN on 40 meters, standing by for any further callings. Well, there you go, Chris. No further callings from my side. There we go. So hopefully we had a little bit of a break and clear your throat there. And have a fantastic day for the rest of the day. And we'll catch you next weekend. So back to you, Chris, from ZS6STN on 40 meters.
Yeah, this is ZS6STN operated by ZS6GM. Thanks very much, Noel, and we say good morning to Wally and to Gary and to any other listeners out on 40 meters. Right, let's do some call-ins on 2 meters. Call signs, please, and then indicate whether you're coming back or whether you have a swap. ZS6STN is standing by.
ZS6 Mike Delta X-ray, not coming back.
ZR1 Whiskey Tango.
Papa Mike, good morning. And also I have a swap to announce, if it's available now.
Okay, let's start with those. ZS6MDX, good morning, not coming back. Then we have ZR1 Whiskey Tango and ZS6 Papa Mike Mobile, I think you said. So, Stuart, let's start with you. ZR1 Whiskey Tango, ZS6STN.
ZS6STN, ZR1 WT coming to you from George. Nice day here, although we're expecting rain later in the week. Thanks, Chris. That was a good news bulletin, very well received here at my QTH. I didn't know that piece about Beethoven. Gee, that was most interesting about V, the dot dash intro to, I think, is the Beethoven's fifth, I think you mentioned, yeah. Most interesting. Thanks. One day I'm going to try and get into Morse code. When I was a child, I did learn it, and I knew all the letters and that, but never managed to get any speed up. Many years later now, I've forgotten half of it, but I'm definitely going to try and get back into it. Very interesting. Thanks again, Chris. ZS6STN, this is ZR1WT.
Yeah, thanks, Stuart, from ZS6STN. Yeah, Morse code's great. And, once you've learnt it, you never forget it. Your speed gets a bit slow, or you get a bit rusty, but you never actually forget it. It's one of those things that's like a language that stays in your head. I was going to say it's like riding a bicycle, but not quite. Right, ZS6 Papa Mike Mobile. You have a swap. Give us your name as well, please, ZS6STN.
Thank you for the bulletin this morning. And regards to everyone, especially to the friend down in George. We stayed there quite a number of years ago. We're up in Krugersdorp at the moment. I do have a 2-meter rig X 2300 or IC 2300 2-meter rig in mint condition, and also a vertical antenna. They call it the X200. I got that from Port Elizabeth, the base antenna. These are both available. I'm to be found. My name is Albert. 082 336 2711. And thanks for the bulletin. It's quite interesting today. And back to you, ZS6STN, ZS6 Papa Mike.
ZS6 Papa Mike, ZS6STN. Sorry, what is your name?
I am the side is Albert. I am what do they call it? A handicap operator. And this rig, if I touch it somewhere, I'm lost. So it doesn't work for me. Over to you from ZS6 Papa to Mike.
Yeah, okay, Albert, thanks very much for that. And all noted as well about handicap. Well, ham radio is a great activity for anyone with a handicap. So welcome on to the bands. And just to repeat, you have a IC 2300 and an X200 vertical, and your phone number 082 336 2711. Any other stations like to report in or swap? This is ZS6STN.
ZS6 Kilo November Alpha, not coming back.
Charlie Sierra, not coming back but listening.
Right, ZS6 KNA, ZS6 Charlie Sierra, both not coming back. Well, that wraps it up for today then. Thanks for listening. You've been listening to the Sandton Amateur Radio Club station, ZS6STN, with our weekly news bulletin and topic of interest. And we'd like to thank people for listening this morning, firstly, for the contributors. And if you'd like to contribute something, then please do so. But there are two things you should also do. You should go to the Sandton Amateur Radio Club YouTube channel. You'll find all sorts of very interesting stuff there, and chats and the the Tech Talks. The monthly Tech Talks are available there. And also today's bulletin will be posted there later today. So that's youtube.com/@ZS6STN. Then if you have any information or like to join the Sandton Amateur Radio Club, like to know about the RAE, you can write to info@zs6stn.org.za. info@zs6stn.org.za. Thanks to Noel for the relays. Thanks to the Kempton Park and West Rand clubs for the use of their repeaters and for being part of the All-Star Network. We now relinquish all frequencies for general use.